Sweet Scorpio, bum bum bum, you are deep and mysterious, so deep, so deep, so deep. Scorpio, I don't know what just came out of my mouth. All I know is that I love you, and I'm so grateful that you are here. I'm so psyched that you are committed to doing important inner work that tarot allows us to do. This is important, and you are part of a collective that is leveling up here, that is committed to bettering the world by starting with bettering ourselves. And that's not something that you can teach other people. It's not something that you can force on other people. That only happens when a shift happens in you. So I commend you, I love you, and welcome. Let me be the first to welcome you, and the only person probably to welcome you. No one's here. To my channel, this is Starchaeology Tarot. I am Desi. I will be your Starchaeologist. Don't know why I emphasized your there. I'm everyone's Starchaeologist, if they'll have me. What is a Starchaeologist, guys? It's an archaeologist being led by star energy, and I'm not talking about Hollywood celeb stars. I'm talking about the star in tarot, the healing, divine influence, guiding light, North Star in our lives, making wishes fulfilled and dreams come true. That's the work we're doing here. Sign up. Just kidding. There's nothing to sign up. But you know what you can do? You can like and subscribe if you like this and you want to subscribe to it. No pressure though. I will say that your support of this channel means the actual world to me. Oh God, I can't get into my gratitude. I cannot adequately express it because I will cry and probably scare you. I got a lot of water in my chart, guys. Some of this is going to resonate, Scorpio. Some of it won't. Take what resonates with you. That's what's meant for you. If it doesn't, it's not meant for you. It's as easy as that. Let the games begin. And I'm not talking about the Hunger Games. That would be a bad vibe for a tarot reading. Scorpio, what wall are you building right now in your brain that's trying to keep these waters behind you, behind a wall, contained? Guess what's in that water? This queen, this water queen, Queen of Cups. Either that is a person in your life who is trying to get through to you, a Queen of Cups figure, someone with the highest EQ. She is so in touch with creative flow, with flow of love. It's effusive. It is nurturing because this is a Queen Cup. This also is an aspect of the Empress. So it's someone that is nourishing and unconditional in her love, in her support, in her creativity, and what she brings to the world. What she's here to create. She's unconditional with her sensitivity too. She picks up on a lot. She's very empathic. And that doesn't change. That doesn't depend on circumstances, on the person. This is just who this person is. And for many of you Scorpios, this is you. You are this Queen of Cups. But this version of yourself, for whatever reason, you're keeping at bay. You are keeping it behind this concrete dock, keeping it, guarding yourselves with rational thought, guarding yourselves with logical decisions, practicality, logic. And you're thinking that that's a successful way of thinking through whatever decision you have to make right now. Because you have some sort of decision you have to make. And it's a decision that is under the moon, which is our third card here, which is nuts. Because your mind's really playing tricks on you, Scorpio. There are things that you are seeing and information that you're getting that your intuitive Queen of Cups, wow, this truck knows. And it hurt me. This Queen of Cups knows some truths. Deep emotional truths, deep gut truths, things that cannot be questioned, really. She is sensitive to energies, to emotional information that for whatever reason you are not allowing into your consciousness, or you're trying to bury, you're trying not to listen to her. Whether this is an actual person in your life or it's a version of yourself, it's a person in your mind's eye, a version of you that knows this. But for whatever reason, you're keeping those emotional truths at bay, maybe because you are afraid of what they will reveal to you, what action they will lead you to. Maybe you are afraid of feeling the emotions that you need to feel about this decision. And your brain is misleading you in some way or another. Because the moon, decisions under the moon, and we have the moon here at the end here too. It's like so much moon energy here. Things are not what they seem. They're not what they seem in the light of day and then versus the night. Things shift, shadows come out at different times. Realities shift, right? In one moment we see things one way, and then we experience life not in our conscious minds, but in our subconscious, and dreams or nightmares become our reality, and we cannot tell the difference. That's what I'm seeing for you right now, Scorpio. You cannot tell the difference right now from your dream and reality. You can't tell the difference right now between a dream that you have and a nightmare that you might be living. Or vice versa. Something you're afraid of, a nightmare in your mind, and the dream that you are living. It's all very, very confusing. And I think that moon energy is also you're trying to suppress that. The moon affects water, right? The tides are controlled by the moon. We have this Queen of Cups who is this water card, this powerful water card. And I'm sensing that you are afraid of how your emotions might change, your feelings might change if you were to see this situation under a certain light. Under the light of the moon versus the light of the sun. How that would affect the changing emotions. So instead, you blindfold yourself so you don't know what time of day it is. Cutting yourself off not only from the emotions behind you, behind this wall, but from any external factors that could affect your very sensitive emotional feelers, right? Because there's something in your mind where you're telling yourself, well, I can't deal with those feelings yet. Or I don't want to face those feelings. Or I don't want the information that those feelings would present to me. So you're blindfolding yourself thinking, well, I can make a decision better if I just blindfold myself. But the truth is, when you blindfold yourself, you're covering your third eye. You're not seeing your situation anymore. Sorry, scratch that. But the truth is that when you blindfold yourself, think you're cutting yourself off from other things by cutting off your sight. But some of you, I'm seeing, are realizing that when you cut off your vision of what's right in front of you, the vision of your third eye becomes even clearer. It's becoming even stronger. That intuition, that Queen of Cups, is roaring. She becomes louder. She doesn't get quieter. She might be behind this wall, but whereas before she was speaking normal volume, now she's shouting. And when that part of you is shouting, when that part of you is becoming more energetic and enthusiastic, it feels scarier because it's strange and unknown and wild. There's a wildness to it. And that's where moon energy, we get afraid of moon energy because weird things can happen under a full moon. You know, that's when people shapeshift. That's when crazies come out. That's when our craziness comes out. That's when we streak in the valley. That's when we streak under starlight. What I'm hearing, Scorpio, though, is that some of you might be thinking that you're afraid to face this freak or this strangeness, this weirdness that is trying to emerge through rational thought to you. What you think is the truth might not be the truth. The truth might actually be in the weirdness. It might be in the strangeness. And that's unsettling for you. That's really unsettling. The true you might be the one that appears in the moonlight. Perhaps it's not you or the world around you shape-shifting in the shadows into something evil or bad, like, becoming a werewolf or becoming something that you aren't. But maybe actually that's the time of day in that light, in that half-light, where we realize you've been wearing a mask all day. And the mask actually can come off then. So you're not putting something on. You're not putting a costume on. You're taking one off. But Scorpio, all of this question surrounding what is illusion, what is reality, this boils down, the heart of this, the center of this, the core of this, is being aggressively accepting of your feelings, of seeing your feelings. And I'm not talking about fearful feelings. I'm not talking about the nightmares that you're afraid of. I'm talking about the feelings that come from that deep well inside you that you know is the real truth here. You know those feelings. You know the difference between the feelings that you're like, that's the truth, versus the feelings that are giving you a panic attack that in a moment you have and you're like, well, these are feelings and thoughts that are inspired by what I'm afraid of. The feelings that are there to inform you, to expand you, are not related to fear at all. When they happen, when they come up, when they rise up and float up in the well, in that moment. We all have this inner alethiometer. I don't know how many of you know the golden compass, but there's an inner alethiometer that we all have where we know what truth is. We know what the truth is. Always. Deep down. Sometimes we have to dig through the layers of fear that we have that have created illusions around those truths. But when we're able to really separate the fear, take the fear out of the picture, which is really about taking ego out of the picture, then we're able to face the truth in a way that allows us to accept it. That is what's happening for you in March, Scorpio. You have an opportunity to embrace that deep well of truth that you have. Bow down to the authority of those truthful feelings in you. Acknowledge their authority. Acknowledge their power and wisdom and connection to divine, a connection to a higher power that is mothering you, that loves you unconditionally, that is taking care of you unconditionally, nurturing you. That's where that truth is coming from. Nowhere else. But what you are thinking right now is being rational thought, arming yourself with what you believe to be is the truth. Be cautious of that, because that's where the moon appears. That's where things might not be what they actually are. That's where the line between illusion and reality, dream life and real life, becomes very blurred. And there are things we can learn from dream life too. I want to say that one more thing I want to say about this. There are things that you can learn from dream life, things that arise when you are asleep. Pay attention to your dreams. Things that can arise from your subconscious that will give you clues as to what the illusions are in your life, in your waking life. Because those things that arise in the subconscious instantly point us to what we're afraid of and what we really want. The things that maybe we can't always be in connection with or access in our waking hours. Really powerful stuff here, Scorpio. I am so curious what the heck is going on with you. So please comment below if you feel like you are coming to this reading with an open heart and want to share and connect. It would be truly an honor to get to hear from you. It's an honor to read these cards for you. It is an honor to be part of this collective with you. I love you so much. I am rooting for you. Please like and subscribe if you got any little nuggets of wisdom out of this reading. And I'll see you next time.